Salam Sejahtera. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice not to be in the hot seat. I don't know if I want to be YB Rafizi at this point. But I commend them for facing the public. I think you would have read what Rafizi said. I did send him many SMSs when this move was announced. And my whole point was that they should be honest with members of the public. Now, I think it is good that they're engaging, but really, at the end of the day, the people they need to convince is not me, or I don't know whether there's anyone from Kajang, but they need to speak to the people of Kajang. They need to explain it to the people of Kajang. I think that the reaction, immediate reaction, was that it was unfair to put voters in the position of having to face a by-election just so soon after the general elections. And that's why I said there has to be, you have to have a really overwhelmingly good reason why this move is necessary. I won't go into it further because I think that's for the other panelists to answer and for you to ask your questions. But yes, that was a smart move of me, I think, wasn't it? But I want to say a few things about the elections itself. It's going to happen. It's a given. It's coming on the 23rd of March. So what I'm going to say is for the voters in Kajang. And I will say this, that of course you can put in the weighing scale the manner in which the by-election came about. If you don't like it, if you like it, if you don't mind it, that can be a consideration. But I would also urge the voters in Kajang to consider this. You are getting a second chance to vote. I would ask you to look at this as an opportunity to say how you feel about what has happened since GE13. It's not often you can vote with the benefit of hindsight. This time you can. And I want to touch upon one issue that even YB Rafizi alluded to in a recent statement. And that is the state of affairs in Selangor as regards religious and racial tensions. Now, I have always asked this question, or I've been asking this question, why are these things happening only in Penang and Selangor? I really do ask that question, and I think we need to be aware that this is happening, that there are groups of people, or a group of people, who are trying to cause problems. And in this Kajang election, I asked the people of Kajang to speak for us, to reject that kind of racism and religious bigotry. And I think if you like what Barisan has been doing since the general elections, by all means vote for them. If you don't like what Pakatan has been doing, by all means vote against them. But this is an opportunity. That's the point I make. I'm not telling you who to vote for. But I will also say this. I'm surprised at why the elections are only being held on the 23rd of March. I don't know whether it was necessary to hold it so late in the day, or so late. I'm also concerned that the elections must be free and fair. That will always be what we want. That will always be our stand. You already can see what's happening in the press. True to form, The same people who talk utter rubbish are coming out and doing the same thing again and again. They don't get it. They don't get it that we don't like dirty politics. So I'm going to, and here I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody, this is just me. I'm no more chair of Bersih. This is my personal view. If they use dirty politics, vote against them. Resoundingly. If there is vote buying, vote against them. Resoundingly. So I see these elections, and I will give my views later on this so-called Kajang move. I have my concerns, and I have already made that clear. But my message to the Kajang voters is, I know there may be those who may want to boycott because they're so angry that they're being hauled out to vote again. That's your right, of course. But I urge you to rethink that. I urge you to rethink that because you can speak with your vote. And I urge you to do just that in this by-election. Thank you.